Hi, I'm Mina Alrawi, Editor-in-Chief of The National, and with me is Mustafa Alrawi, Assistant Editor-in-Chief. We are here in Davos, our second day of action here, although it's the first complete day. Got kicked off with quite a bit of action. How's your day gone?
Well, I tell you what, we're expecting the big set pieces to really shake up the day. We had Bolsonaro, the Brazilian president, coming up. We had Sir David Attenborough and Prince William. Of course, we had the opening remarks from Klaus Schwab. But what really got me was this morning, they introduced the media to the co-chairs. These six, there are 8 co-chairs in total, but 6 of them are all very young.
Yeah,
from
under
different
30.
countries. Yes.
Under 30. There's an Iraqi, me as the Iraqi, I have to avoid it, the Iraqi. There's an Iraqi architect that's working on sustainable architecture in Iraq. There is an incredible young man called Muhammad who's a refugee.
Yes.
Actually continues to live in a refugee camp.
Well, that's it. Mohammed, who's a Somalian refugee in Kenya for 20 years. I've been waiting to find out who's going to be the anti-globalization voice or the voice of the disenfranchised, and wow.
Yeah.
He followed the Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella, who talked, the usual Davos stuff about technology and globalization. He said, listen, me and the people I represent, we feel like we're on the sidelines. Why are we talking about ethics and robots when there's real human suffering? And that just got me.
It's amazing because the fact that they've had the CEO of Microsoft and young people as the co-chairs, it's their way of saying it's the youth and technology that's going to frame the new architecture for the world. So that's been great. We also had the opening address from a head of state was from the new president of Brazil. It was quite interesting because the dynamic was less excitement than you would expect for a head of state speaking. He spoke and said, a few clips of me have been seen and people think negative things about me, but I'm not like that, and I'm going to grow Brazil and we're going to make sure that the world can come to Brazil and so forth. I don't think he convinced too many people in the audience. There wasn't much clapping.
It was a very polite applause.
Yeah.
And a year ago, Donald Trump came and said exactly the same thing. America's over business. So this is an audience that's had a year since then to digest that message, and probably is slightly skeptical, I would say.
It was ironic because last year Donald Trump closed it, and this year it was opened by Bolsonaro. Anyway, beyond the speeches, what has been amazing here is just seeing the amount of people who are here trying to figure out what comes next. The one message I took from day one is that there is so much uncertainty. There's uncertainty on the global stage, and there's uncertainty about what's going to happen with the economy with the slowing down. So we'll see if the next few days can deal with that uncertainty and actually give us more answers. But today felt like more questions than answers.
The final thing I'll say, I've spoken to several chief executives from the Gulf today, and they're all the most optimistic people in Davos.
Really?
And that's amazing. And they think 2019 is going to be great. So I will try and bring you more of that this week.
I hope they're right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do follow our coverage at thenational.ae and of course on Twitter at thenational UAE.